Okay, here are the last two problems. We're looking for BC, so let's highlight where BC is right there, right? That's the hypotenuse of a right triangle, and the right triangle has legs 7 and 4. So, I always like just focusing on what I care about because some things just need to be ignored. There's a 4 here, there's a 7 there, we got a right triangle. If you start looking at the whole thing, it kind of gets intimidating. Like, what do I do with the 11? Don't do anything with the 11, just ignore it. And we're looking for BC, right? So that's this side right over here. I'm going to call it X. I'm not going to call it C because technically a side across from a letter, since they put a C down here, this would actually be side C. This would be side B. Now you may be getting a little confused by that. Why am I talking about that? Well, Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That fits for this guy. That's B right there. But technically, this would be leg A, maybe. Like if this is a B, that they probably should have called this A down here, that angle, and then this would be angle C, and then this would be side C. But the hypotenuse, anyways, is always on the right side of the equation. So what do we got going on? We got 7 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared, and then I get x squared is equal to 16 and 49, and then I add 16 and 49, I get 65, right? And then I take the square root of that, and I like that answer. I would just leave it as the square root of 65. Don't do anything else to it. Some people did, some decimal approximation stuff. It's pretty close to 8, because if this was 64, it'd be exactly 8. Now, when somebody does that, when they go like x equals 8, that's bad form because, well, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but because I know a lot of people did this, because you've rounded it. I mean, square root of 65 is not 8. Square root of 64 is 8. Now you might say that's no big deal, right? It's like 8.01 or 8.1 or something or other. So what I like to do is I put a dot over the top to tell people this is a rounded answer right here. This means approximately equal to 8. All right, that's how you do number 9. Number 10, it says AE is 3x minus 1. So I would put 3x minus 1 right here, 3x minus 1. Now this is a little bit more difficult. It says A to C, the whole thing is 16. So maybe you highlight that and you put down 16. Now my eyes don't have to look over here and read this stuff. It just has to, look at my information here. I do have a rhombus. Rhombuses and parallelograms, their diagonals are bisecting each other. So that piece equals this piece. This piece of that diagonal equals this piece of that diagonal over there. So what I could do is say, well, this piece must be 8 long, and this piece down here must be 8 long. So I've got 3x minus 1 is equal to 8, and then I would add 1 to both sides and get 9, and then I divide by 3, and I get 3. So my x is 3 on that one. Thanks for watching the test corrections and putting down the correct work and marking up drawings and all that kind of stuff. We'll turn our test back in after we have our test corrections done, and then you're going to go and you're going to work on section 1 of chapter 3. So there's some videos I want you to watch for that. All right, thank you.